Hello, welcome back to Junk Jaw Resell Podcast. My name's Jay.
And I'm Ray. Thanks for joining us, guys.
This is the Halloween episode. Oh, spooky. I'm telling you, happy Halloween, guys. Serious. Get
Yeah.
ready. Get scared. Watch your favorite movies. Steal your kids' candy. Go trick-or-treating. Dress up. Down in the comments, write, what is your favorite scary movie?
And also, if you dressed up, what did you dress up as?
Yeah, what'd you dress up as?
Yep.
And what am
Are
I going?
are you dressing up, Jay?
As I'm
You
going
dressing
as a reseller.
a reseller? Oh, so that means you're not a real reseller.
Oh, awesome! That is awesome. Yeah, today we're gonna touch on some topics as it's death pile and
Yeah.
why we need to get rid of it and
Yep.
what we're gonna do with it. What's a
What's
death pile?
what's scarier than a death pile?
What's scarier than a death pile?
Ugh. I
Mm.
oh. I mean, there are things scarier in a death pile, but in the reselling world, but it my death pile is very scary. It's like
Yeah.
it's a terrifying horror movie every time I look at it.
Well, for those who don't know what a death pile is, go ahead and tell them what a death pile is, Ray.
All right, so death pile is all the crap, all the junk you keep buying and buying and buying, and you just put it aside.
Yep.
It's there. You meant to list it. You wanted to list it, but you haven't gotten to it. And
It could be small. It could be a
yeah,
large.
it could be 10, 20 items. It depends how you
Yeah.
buy. But mine is well more than 10, 20 items.
Yeah, some of us are we're maybe hoarders, kind of,
No,
or
I see.
maybe not.
I don't
It
like
could be a
using
bunch
that.
of different things. I mean,
Yeah,
if you have a whole room full of stuff, there's a
yeah,
problem.
yeah. I mean, I see. I don't like the word hoarding because I think hoarding. I refer to that as if somebody's intention is not even to sell it. Maybe like if they're just collecting it for a while. Like that's not my idea. I have every intention to sell the stuff I buy, but it's really comes down to the time, or I just lose interest
We
in.
know you're right. I mean, I think there's different psychological aspects to a death pile. Um, like sometimes I know people, or even myself, we buy things, or I buy things to resell,
Mhm.
and I want to get around to it. But then again, it's like, well, maybe I'll slow my roll to it because, like, if it's a game or something, I'll play the game maybe when I get
Yeah,
around to it. I never really get around to it, and
yeah,
it keeps sitting there and piling up and piling up. Or it's like, well, maybe I will keep that for a collection piece, or maybe not, and it just sits there, and then it just keeps getting piled on top of it. So it gets really lost in the mix, and I
yeah,
don't know what's there.
definitely. I
So,
mean, it's. I mean, sometimes it's projects. And it's like stuff I bought that I didn't realize was a project, or stuff I did know that was a project. And I'm telling myself, I'm lying to myself, saying, "Hey, I'm gonna get this done." Just like I bought those cameras, I haven't touched them, and
how long has that been? 2 months?
oh my gosh, at least. And I got stuff I've got in that room that I've had for I want to say there's a couple things in there for 2 years, just because it's sometimes larger items, or if it's stuff I have to test. I mean, I think I might have mentioned this item on there before, and I still have not done it. But a Jimmy Neutron like RC car, like
Mm-hmm.
cartoon show Jimmy Neutron. It's just an RC car, and it's still sitting there. And I probably had it. I think I got that the first year I got this house, and that was actually what 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow. So 4 or 5 years ago, it's still sitting there.
Yeah, that's I need to just let it go, and I think it's difficult because you want every dollar that you feel, and it's kind of like one of those things you you deserve every dollar. You know what I mean? That you took the time and found this item that's worth money. The only issue is that I didn't take the time to test it, so I need to figure out how I'm going to get through this, and I don't even know where to begin. I really don't. I was talking to my wife this morning because my clothes that I bought is just out of hand, And I have had a very bad relationship with Whatnot. It's been horrific, and I don't know where or how else I want to sell these clothes that I can actually make money. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it too much at the flea market if I've already bought this stuff at the flea market. Um, so I don't think it's legitimately a great idea there, but it just takes me too long to get pictures to to get pictures, take measurements, list them, and all. Even though they are the easiest thing to ship, once it's done, then it's the easiest thing to ship. I already keep them folded, bagged up, and I literally just put them in a poly mailer and done. Like there's nothing to it. I don't have to wrap in bubble wrap. Don't have to tape together a box. It is the easiest thing,
Right.
but it's the listing part that is just slowing me down. I did list some clothes this week, but I probably only listed like 12, but I did sell one, but it was those Orioles t-shirts, and I'm like, what, a couple weeks late from when the Orioles got knocked out of the playoffs. Why am I
Yeah.
listing Orioles clothes, and we're not playing in October right now?
Right, but it's hard, but it's sitting there. It's right in your forefront, I guess, because it's it's immediately something you can grab. I mean,
Yeah.
because I've been going through my death pile too, starting to
Mm-hmm.
do things, and like I've been going through like video game systems, and I find out like I don't have a controller for the system here, or,
Mm-hmm.
because I got there's bins, and I like can't get to everything, so I don't know where. I
Yeah.
like don't have extra stuff laying around. Like I have an Xbox 360. I mean, this thing is like, man, it's perfect, and I don't have a controller to test it out. I'm trying to find where a controller is. I need to go out and keep buying more controllers when I know I've got like 50 of them. And then
Really.
I have back parts for like Sega Genesis. I need GameCube. I need GameCube AV cables. I need Sega Saturn power cables. A Sega Saturn controller. There's so many like little things that I have, and just stuff keeps adding up and piling up
Yeah.
because I don't have the like you said. It's projects. Regardless if I
Yeah.
need a power cord or not, I have to test it, and it
Mm-hmm.
becomes a and not having what I need becomes a project. So
I,
now,
I yeah,
yeah, that's just it.
like you need another you,
Yeah,
and it's almost impossible because I mean, as much as I know our wives support us, our like we have friends, family, that they know what we do, they support us, but it's just it's still it they're not going to work for us. They're not like my wife might help me out sometimes and maybe pull some orders like if she's seen I had an abundance of orders or something, but then after working her long day, it's I'm not going to make her or ask her usually. I might mention something, but it doesn't. Hey, I need some help, or if you don't mind,
yeah,
or if you ever want to make some extra money, like help us make extra money. This is a good chance, but it's not going to happen. Like she's tired, she's exhausted, so I can't blame her, and I'm
yeah. I
sure.
can't blame her, my wife either. I just, sometimes she will jump in and help and make a couple listings, but
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's always those certain things that I buy, and my wife's like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool," and she wants to go through it, and she'll like start doing research and stuff like that, and point out
Mhm.
some of the good ones, and that's all great, you know. But that's the fun part.
Yeah. My wife likes action figures.
Oh yeah.
She loves action figures. She probably knows more about action figures than I do.
Mm-hmm. Wow,
She's researched that much stuff. Oh
that's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's good. I mean, I think everybody has a niche, and so
Mhm.
like, if your wife was like actually really like reselling, that would probably be her niche, which is good because like my wife, I feel like I've been lucky in some ways that, and it just isn't like a big crazy niche, but she's really into the cricket and like crafting stuff and all.
Yeah.
So she's found like some crafts like if she was buying stuff for herself and like, hey, this stuff's good, but I don't need it, but I want to buy this whole deal. You can sell that stuff or whatever. Like she'll find some good cricket stuff that like or stuff for cricket machines or different craft stuff that I've sold pretty good. So
Good. Yeah, Cricket is one of those companies. They make products that are
mhm.
good products. They last, and it's a name within the craft field. So,
Yeah,
oh
yeah. Sorry,
yeah,
I'm not very good at explaining or in detail.
oh, that's all good. I mean, But I tell you
Yeah,
what, like, so we had to sit there and think, like, what has having a big death pile, or how has it hurt your bottom line, or how does it really hurt people's bottom lines or their business at all?
I think the big thing is it's hard to stay motivated when you never feel like you can catch up, like you're never going to get to that finish line. Um, and like with me, I mean, it's clutter because I keep getting stuff and I keep putting like stuff down here in the basement that I haven't gotten to. I have stuff up in the room I haven't gotten to. I still have a few things. Well, I wouldn't say a few, but I still have some things that I bought either in the past week or week before, and also stuff from that I'm preparing for our toy show, the toy expo,
Yeah.
and have it like in my between my living room, dining room area, because I don't want to take that stuff. It's like at least the toy stuff. I don't want to take that too far, but it's to the point where already have that pile. Then I already have like another pile of stuff that I bought, so I have two piles, and that's an issue.
Hmm.
And it's starting, like I said, it's starting to. Sometimes it's hard to be motivated. Like I found a couple times this week, I was really having a hard time. Um, and I was taking the easy way out by listing cards again, which is not good.
No, you have to stop that, because I always did too, finding the easy way out. I
Yeah,
was like, well, even I'll list even these cheap video games, maybe that,
yeah,
but
yeah.
they're cheap. I mean, they're not going to sell; they'll sit
No,
forever.
yeah,
But it's something you're familiar with. It's something that's easy. It can go fast, and I'm like, well, at least I just have something in there. It's like, but that's just the way it is. Like,
sorry to interrupt. I don't know why I'm hearing something on my. Wait,
that's
maybe
all right.
I don't know why. Okay, so I guess Poshmark. I don't know. It's like glitching. I'm not even on Poshmark. Oh my gosh! So it was like I accidentally clicked in somebody's live earlier
Oh no,
because you get the job notifications,
yeah,
right? Sorry, but and I was like hearing somebody talk while you're talking. I'm like, who is that? Is that on my laptop? So I started looking at my laptop. And I'm like, what the heck? And I'm like, look down on my phone right here, and I'm like, oh, like I had to click in a Poshmark, and it popped up like it kind of sped through. I think most of that live, but I could hear her talking like very faintly, and
really faintly.
I'm like, what the heck is this?
You talk about Poshmark. It's like, my wife was looking at, like, we got a Poshmark thing, and somebody left a message on an item I had in there.
Hmm.
I thought we closed the whole Poshmark down, except no, we have 10 things in the Poshmark store,
Okay.
and most of it are already sold on eBay. And I'm like, oh man, like,
Yeah.
let me go through and end this stuff, because
That's another scary thing. Talking about scary things with Halloween and all, but it's scary double selling things, and
yeah, it happens.
it I've been really bad at that lately too. I mean,
Yeah,
I think I had maybe two orders yesterday I had to cancel, and between I think Macari and Poshmark, and I think I have probably four total this week I've had to cancel,
wow,
and it's because it's hard to keep up.
yeah,
As long as you keep up, I think I'm just taking on too much right now. That I've gotten lazy with it, deleting stuff on Macari, and I've thought about. This is another thing I told my wife earlier. I thought about deleting my whole like everything on my Macari,
hmm,
because Macari is like my other go to after eBay. I sell a lot of stuff on Macari, and I thought about just deleting everything on Macari and then cross posting it back over, but using their thing where it automatically cross posts, because I don't automatically cross post everything over.
so you
But
don't want, yeah, you don't want, yeah, because I'm about to get Macari,
yeah,
and I'm going to use your code. I didn't forget. I'm going to use your code so you can get that $25.
yeah,
But
and
yeah, because
maybe we can link the code too on this episode too if anybody
yeah,
wants to check it out.
yeah,
I don't know the exact amount right now what they're running, but I do know that you'll get some money, I get some money, because I know what I said a few months ago or something like that. I think I posted it, and then at some point I don't know. I noticed I had $50 in there because somebody went through and did it. So I don't know
yeah.
if I get 50 and you get 25, or we both get 50. I have no idea, but you'll get something, and even
It's
25
something.
bucks
That's
is
right.
good.
Hmm.
Yep, my
That's
wife
good.
is happy because I bought some Christmas decorations with it. So it's
All
not
right.
Halloween
Yeah.
yet. On Christmas.
It's not Christmas yet. It's Halloween decorations now, but yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't think I'm. I don't think I'm. I don't think I'm decorating for Christmas. I really.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I
Come
am.
on now.
Not a bah humbug, Rick.
Come on. You can get. You know, if it's about putting up the big tree or something like that, just get a little Charlie Brown tree. You know.
Well, I ain't listen. I don't know if I told you this, but I have so my landing upstairs in where bedrooms and bathroom and all split off. I bought a new bookshelf and I put it up last year and I put this like, like a 2-3 foot Christmas tree up there and a little
Okay.
like little figurines with the houses and snow and all. I haven't even taken that down. I've had a Christmas tree upstairs on my landing all year long.
So then you're already
So
ready
I'm
to.
already half decorated. You know what? I don't need to do it.
Yeah.
I'm already half decorated.
Just you're good.
Yeah, I'm good. Serious. I'm like, I never even, because it doesn't, like, I don't have it lit up anymore. It's just like,
Yeah.
I've got it unplugged and
Yeah. It's like one of those things. You don't have young kids
I
at
don't have young
home,
kids and no.
So yeah, I get it.
Eh, yeah. It's okay though. But let me ask you a question. So now we get back to the topic of Death Pile.
Hmm.
How would you get motivated or how do you get motivated or.
Oh, probably, I my most successful way of getting motivated is probably just continually like writing a list or something like that. Like basically, it might because if I just like list items on eBay or wherever, if I just do like one task all day, I'm gonna burn myself out. I need to keep switching stuff up. So I'll rotate what I'm doing. Like actually I got my list right here. So like I'll like ship a couple items and I'll inventory some, like put some stuff away. I'll list, I'll clear some offers out. Like, how on eBay you can send offers to buyers. I'll clear like 5-10 of them out if I have any. I'll mark down some items. With Poshmark, we were talking about Poshmark, you have to share the stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for all that stuff the AI or whatever to share it for you and all that kind of stuff. I'm not paying for no bots or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I go in there and I'll go on Poshmark and I'll start sharing some old items that I haven't shared in a while, but also in the process, if I notice anything that I haven't delisted from there that I sold, I'll delete that stuff. And I'll do the same thing with Depop. Depop doesn't share, but you have to edit the listing. And then once you hit edit and then save, it bumps it back up to the top. So it's not really a share, but it bumps it back up. So I do something similar to that. And then just do other normal things around the house. Like I try not to focus on just one task because it's really I'll get burnt out completely.
Yeah.
I
That's
can't.
how I am kind of like one task. It's like I need to like separate my day and then, and like stop in the middle of what I'm doing, maybe go to the post office and then
Yeah,
come back just to get myself a break and then just,
yeah.
and you have to.
Yeah.
I,
I mean, you literally have to. Your mind can only handle so much
Mhm.
if you're focusing on one thing, And then it feels like say if you're just nonstop listening, and you have this incredibly like you're listing all this stuff, doesn't mean you're going to sell it within that day just because you're listing.
Right.
You can. It depends on the algorithm, depends on so many things, and you might do 20 to 30 listings, if not more, in one day, and only sell one item. And it
Yep.
could be for like $20 or less or something like that. And then you're like, well, I just work for free basically all day. And there's some days where I've sold nothing. I've done that, and I'm like, this sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fun.
Yeah, and that's hard to really get motivated. I guess I tell you one thing that I have noticed though, going back into digging through the death pile. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kind of start like I have like where I'm at. I've built a little spot back there, and I've got my
Mm-hmm.
tables and all that stuff. And then behind me is like a big wall of just like bins.
Yeah.
So I take one bin down at a time and start working through it. And I've noticed some of the stuff that I've had that sat around a while has gained value in it.
Okay.
Like there's
Yeah.
some toys in there that's gained value. There's some movies that's gained value. There are some games that's dropped in value. But
Mm-hmm.
but above all, most of the stuff has gained value. So having that stuff in there for 3 or 4 years, if
Yeah,
come,
sometimes it is beneficial. I mean, you never know. Like what during COVID with that whole like the sports card or just card market, booming. It's not what it was, right now, like compared to what it was then. But um, it's it's one of those things. It's about having the right product at the right time, and if you
yep,
have it, you know, there's plenty of times we're gonna have products at the wrong time.
mm-hmm.
Um, the prices change, and it's if there's anything I learned, trends come back around. So for the most part, heck, you remember when and nobody would touch these for a long time, and now I keep seeing stuff now, but all those precious moments figures, nobody,
Yeah,
we had to
nobody.
like give them away, throw them in the trash, whatever,
Mhm.
and now people are buying them and turning them and all kinds of like different figurines. Like they'll take clay or different stuff and turn into different characters, and
Yep.
it's really wild. But they're so it's at least they're in semi demand. It's not like full demand, but people are finding a use for them. So there is a demand out there somewhere for it.
Yeah, there is a small demand for it.
Yeah.
That's right. Another thing I ran across some vintage clothing I've had, like
Mm-hmm.
stuff from the '90s.
Yeah.
Like Pelly Pell and just different brands that
Okay.
you know that I was thinking always. So I always had in my head like I'm gonna do clothes, and then I may have done like one piece or two pieces here, and then a couple years ago I did like maybe 40 pieces on Poshmark, and then
Yeah.
kind of stopped. But so I keep randomly finding some clothes in bins. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll be listing them this week or next week or whatever. But
Yeah. We might have to do a maybe we'll do like a work day or something like that. Go live or something, and we'll
yeah,
just
go live.
listing clothes. That might be a good productive day.
Mm-hmm.
We're both live and just listing clothes and hanging out. Like, hey, look what shirt I got.
Yep. Yeah,
Like,
check this out. It's like
yeah, you know what I mean. What shirt you want? How many? Like, maybe we can have like a contest or something. Like,
I mean it's kind of cool. And I ran across a whole bin of Nike tennis shoes, like
okay,
um, they're all in decent shape.
that's good.
Just I got another whole bin of clothes that I ran across. Like
Yeah,
I just and then when I pull them out, I gotta like set them to the side. It's like yeah, but I'll
yeah.
wait to get to them. But
My issue is too that because when they're in bins, then they get wrinkled, and I gotta like use my steamer to get the
yeah,
wrinkles out, and so that's more time. So my steamer only allows me to do two at a time.
oh yeah, I think you were telling me because
Yeah, my
yeah,
water will run out, and then I'm like, well, I gotta hurry up and refill it, and it's just a pain. I don't know if I need a new steamer. It sounds like, but a more productive one. I
yeah.
went cheap, and I shouldn't have went cheap. I need like a gallon.
You say you get what you pay for. Yeah, you need a gallon. Can you imagine just a whole gallon
Oh my
steamer? Just
gosh,
it
that's
ain't never
probably
gonna run out.
that's probably not even like I don't even. That's probably not even possible.
No, I mean there might be like a commercial one or something.
Yeah,
Something on.
but still, a gallon sounds dangerous. Like I can't imagine picking up this heavy thing and trying to get the wrinkles out.
Can you?
That steaming hot water like falls out of there, man. I'm in some trouble. Yeah.
So wait, so timeline. How do you think you're ever gonna get that death
I,
pile knocked down?
I think I just would have to wholesale or bulk sell it, sell to another reseller, just have this giant, massive yard sale and just let stuff go. That's the only way. And there's probably gonna be a time where I'm gonna have to, like if I move or something like that, which if we don't plan on being here for at this house forever, so
Yeah.
um, it sucks. But I think a lot of people go through that. You have to downsize and get rid of stuff in order to move or do different things like that. But
Mhm.
um, or if I just stop buying, if I stop buying for 6 months at least, I could be pretty good. But it's
Well, that's what I said to myself. I'm gonna stop buying and just. I mean, that's hard. Like, it really
yeah.
is.
I mean, even 1 month without buying would be pretty good. I just think so. I guess in the back of my mind, I mean, if you think about it this way, I probably will start buying less soon because with the way the flea market, like that you sell at and I go to, it's changed. Like, I mean, I know people sell outside a little bit during the winter, but it's not the same. I don't want to go picking out there as much. There's not as much good stuff on inside. A couple of the main sellers that were there that sold stuff they got from storage units are not there anymore. One
Mhm.
retired, and one who knows where he went. So, and then actually a third one that was there too. And I remember she got her own store. So in the past couple of years, that flea market has changed dramatically to where that was my sourcing during the winter months and the cold months, and I don't have that anymore, which is probably a good thing right now. So maybe I will be better off coming into the new year, and and stuff like that. Once I get through the get through these colder months, I'm hoping it's going to totally change.
Well, that's kind of my game plan. Kind of just uh trying to go through what I have. I'm about to get rid of my storage unit over in Merritt Boulevard
Okay.
and take it to the other storage unit because I'm just they're charging me like $275 now a month, and
Mm.
I don't want to pay that. And it's just sitting there, and I've done nothing with it. It's just sitting, and I'm going to go through it this week and see if I can pull some toys out to take to the toy show.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's loaded with toys. It's loaded with anything you
Well,
can think
yeah.
of.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you can take that kind of stuff, and because you got that coming up, and that's another thing. I think that's what's going to help. So if this toy show is a success for me, I think I can move product quicker, and I
Yeah,
might be looking for other outlets in other categories like similar.
yeah.
That's really what I need to do too. The way I buy, I like to buy whole big bins full of stuff if I can, or as much as I can. There's a whole plant.
That's really how I like to buy.
Yeah.
But I've slowed down on because of the lack of space that I have.
Mm.
Because when I used to go to the flea market back in the day, I'd come across a vendor and I'd try to buy everything he had, the whole nine, wrap him up and then get it going. And I do the kid just kept doing the same thing, just
Yeah.
buying, 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 buying.
Yeah.
But I don't do it anymore because I don't have much room, and then I have other things on my plate. So maybe in the future I'll maybe go back to doing that. But I
Mhm.
was thinking to myself, I wonder what it'd be like to just drive to Pennsylvania and hit some uh bins, some Goodwill bins,
Okay.
and then stay there all day and see how much. I
Yeah.
wonder if I could source from a bin because I would like to maybe start doing a little bit more clothing.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know why. I maybe think because more people buy clothes.
You want some clothes? I might be able to sell you some.
Yeah, yeah, you're probably right. You probably got a ton of it. I mean,
I
that's.
mean, you might be able to just pick for me.
But it's like, do I want to go in because if I'm going to do clothes, I want to make sure I have enough to go every day. Be able
Yeah.
to lift every single day, or
Yeah.
I don't know. I
It,
haven't thought
it,
of it.
it's a lot, and that's why I said I think I have so many clothes. I'm to the point where it's probably I'm better off finding another outlet like besides eBay and like selling live or selling somewhere. Like if I get into a vintage show, which it's like impossible. I feel every time I've checked, they're full, or I'm too late to the party because registration was 2 weeks ago. I mean, what
Mhm.
am I gonna do? But talking about that, because there's one coming up. Actually, I think it's today. I think it might be today. It's either I don't know. It might be today or next Friday. I have to check, but I noticed it was another like vintage style flea market, not the one I told you about before, but they're having it at one of the same locations, and they I'm trying to think. The registration was already closed by the time I looked at it. I'm like, well, that's like they didn't give me any time. Like they close it, they close that stuff. Like it could be like 3 weeks to a month in advance. So then you really have to be on top of it when you hear about it and act on it.
Yeah,
It's kind of like the Toy Expo. They're going to close registration or to get in there and sell stuff.
yeah. That Toy Expo apparently. I was speaking to Steve because there's so many people waiting on tables that they're not getting. So we got lucky, I guess. I don't know. We
Okay,
we got in there early. I was like,
yeah,
look, I don't know how we got it. If you
that's
got
good.
so
Mate,
many people waiting for spots.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe they know who you are. They're like, yeah, we want this guy here.
But maybe the description, because you had to write a description of everything. Maybe my
Yeah.
description was pretty.
Okay.
Well, it
Yeah.
sounded.
Yeah.
It was
Maybe
really stellar.
it's the stuff they want. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. And did you have like any recommendation from anybody else, or you just like a referral or anything, or you
no,
just yeah? Well, maybe even somebody says something. That could
it's
be
quite
another.
possible. I mean,
Who knows? But at least we're in.
yeah,
So
we're in.
appreciate it, handling all that, and
Yep,
yeah,
we're good.
yeah.
And I'm
'Cause
glad. I mean,
it's
I wouldn't mind we hitting other things. This is
mhm.
just like a test run in the
Yeah,
show, just see how
yeah,
it really runs.
yep. And it's because it's coming up quick. It's 2 weeks away.
Yeah. So we got November 1st. So I guess we'll go
Yeah.
November. But they haven't sent the email out yet because I guess when we go there on November 1st, we'll get the little badges or whatever. Because
Okay.
I think they give you like 2, 3 or what. My wife's got to work now this week.
Yeah. I know. So does mine. We're on our own. We went from like trying to get our wives to do it, and they're like, nope. They
Nope.
found their way out.
Yep. But I got to work. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll get our little badges or whatever it is, and then
Okay.
I guess we'll set up the day before so we don't have to set up.
Yeah. I'm. I'm. I don't know. I know it was fine, but it terrifies the crap out of me of leaving something there overnight.
It does me too. Like
Oh
I'm
man.
so nervous. Like it's like
What if I
I
have it listed on eBay and somebody steals it? Now that's
maybe
scary.
we'll take a.
This
I've
is
got a
a
big
scary
old tarp.
episode.
Listen, I got a big tarp we can put over everything if you want to.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I've got a big tarp.
Yeah.
I bought it's like 24 foot by 20 foot. That's bigger,
But
big,
at the
way
same
bigger.
time, like it's
Oh no, it scares the hell out of me.
now. Let me ask you this: how many people were bringing stuff in that morning too? Were people still setting up and bringing in stuff in that morning, or was it?
Yeah, but it was very little because the show was starting. Would start in like an hour, hour
Yeah.
and 15 minutes, or hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah. What I might do, maybe some small stuff. Like I was thinking about maybe like my muscle man. I mean, it's not. I shouldn't even worry about that. Bless you.
Thank you.
I shouldn't even worry about that because the muscle men aren't really anything particular. Like they're not really crazy.
Right.
But that is like stuff I feel like if somebody get their hands on, they're going to hurry and put in their pocket. But I guess if somebody's stealing something after hours while nobody's there, then that's they're going to go for the big stuff. They don't care about my little
I don't
cheap
care about
muscle
that
man.
little stuff. Yeah, and what I was also thinking, like the expensive things, I wasn't even going to bring until the next day. Something I could
Yeah.
just carry right in. And I'm gonna see if my wife can get me a cart.
Mm-hmm.
She said she's got some carts at work. Like we can unfold and put stuff
Okay.
on, push it in. And she said I could buy one, so I'm gonna remind her today.
Okay.
So it'd be easy. I'll just put it in my truck or put it in my car,
Yeah.
or whatever it may be. So
Yeah. Now, actually, I'm going to save this question for the next episode because I know we're going to talk more about. It's going to be a week away next time from the actual toy show, and so I'll save that for then. But
okay.
but I do want to talk about so did you see the whole thing with Tropicana Field, how the roof got ripped off from Melton?
No.
No, you didn't see with the hurricane. Yeah, a bunch. If you look at Tropicana Field, the Tampa Bay Rays stadium, it got the roof was like torn apart. It's just like a thick vinyl fabric and all. Is it on that dome or in that type of stadium? But yeah, it was so that wind was so bad it like basically shredded it, and people are selling the pieces from that stadium.
Really?
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty crazy. They're selling them. They're up to probably I think up to like $60.
Wow.
I don't even know how big the pieces are. I didn't look to see, but that's crazy. Something they
That's
probably went
crazy.
down there and or the stadium, the team might have been just throwing them in the trash. Like they might have been in a dumpster. Like, oh, this is pieces from the stadium. It's the roof.
Dude, it's like I don't know. Like there's some things like I feel that. I mean, I guess whatever as part
Yeah.
of the roof, but I don't know.
To me, it's crazy because most things like that are that was destroyed or stuck out in like a hurricane type weather or anything like that, you're not going to sell that online. And now I see you got to be careful. I know, like in some of those hurricane areas, like areas like Florida that get hit all the time, with the flooding or whatever. You got to be careful buying things in those areas as a reseller, because a lot of that stuff was sitting in water with sewage and all kinds of different bacteria and different,
Mhm.
all kinds of stuff. And they people will sometimes buy into something, they don't realize it, and you can't sell that crap. You can't. You're not really.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely varies depending on the category. There's probably a few categories that you can get away with it a little more, but I mean, can you imagine like a whole tote or a rack of vintage clothing that was left out there? Now,
yeah.
I would wash it, but that's still like,
I feel a certain way, but I don't know why I feel a certain way about it, but I feel a certain way about it. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
yeah. I wouldn't. I mean, I just wouldn't feel comfortable buying anything like that.
I wouldn't feel comfortable selling anything like that.
Yeah.
It
Well, that's
feels
what
like,
I'm saying. You gotta act like as if you were the buyer. Like, you're not gonna treat your buyers how um differently than how you feel. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, but
Eh.
um, so did you have any like crazy sales or anything interesting you sold?
What I sold this week? I've sold I had some good sales. I got the thing I sold. I traded like a $3 figure for was a train set. I sold that for like 100 and some dollars.
Okay.
I really had nothing into it.
What what
Sold
what
some.
what kind of train set was that?
It was a O line. It was just a small, like tra- a front train and a middle train,
Okay.
and little metal ones. And
Mm-hmm.
it weighed like a pound. I mean, but it was like real small, and maybe like N gauge. It was real small, and
Okay.
sold them for over $100. And like I
Wow.
said, I only traded like a $3 figure for it at the flea market.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, I sold some video game systems this week.
Good.
I sold that blow dryer from Dyson.
Oh
That's a
yeah. Yeah. I told you
yeah.
Dyson's good. Like if you find anything Dyson,
Oh yeah, I went sold the next day really,
yeah.
and then a bunch of small like $20 sales, $30 sales. But yeah, I mean it's pretty good. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
not
But
one of your big old sales.
I was gonna say I got another one.
You got another one?
Yeah, compared to the one last week. I don't know. There's something going on with helmets because I saw another helmet.
Wow.
But this one, okay. So I'm gonna say this one I was selling for my brother. I can't even remember. I know we kind of talked about the details of how much money I would get. I think, or if I don't even know. But I had it's a Hopkins lacrosse helmet.
Oh, you sold that?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember we were talking about that the other day.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So I had 1,500 on it. Um, Somebody came in like as soon as I listed, within like the hour they had offered 500 in it or something, and then they were trying to give me info. Like they came back and messaged me like this. It was only up there for like 20 days, and they kept coming back every like week or so or something like that, asking about it, and then he wanted me. What was it? Well, I told him I had an offer higher than 500, and so I told him I had an offer higher than 500, and he he said he could offer more, but he wanted to know the price. He wanted to know what the offer was. I'm like, I'm not going to disclose that. I'm not going to tell you what the offer is. And he's like, well, I want to know because I want to know if I'm in or out, and I'm not going to play this like auction type thing. If you want to auction it, go ahead and auction it. But he's like, I'll start at 500. I'll bid 500. I'm thinking like, no, that's not, because you might be the only bidder. I'm like, that's not.
Yeah. Right.
You mean that happens, especially on a specialty item like this? That's not how it goes. I'm thinking, but and it's not an auction. I'm not trying to auction it. Me telling you the number would be would be making it like an auction because you can see what the bid's at. You know what I mean? Like I can't. I'm not going to give up that number so you can offer $50 more.
Yeah, $50 more. That's all you.
You know,
I would make up a fake number behind him.
yeah. Well, he did end up buying it for $800. That's what we settled on. He ended up offering 650, and I told my brother, I'm like, hey, I have a feeling that I can get him to do 8 because he's like really interested in it. I'm like, I don't know, I don't think there's really any helmets that have gone more than this. So, if you want to do 8, I'll counter at 8. If you want me to accept 650, it's completely up to you. And he's like, all right, try for 8. And within an hour or something like that he accepted. So that's pretty good. Yep.
Good.
Yeah. But other than that, nothing. Did have a crazy sale. I thought last night, a pair of Baltimore Ravens game issued pants, but I had them for 120. They offered 90. I took it, and then I went to bed, and I woke up, and there was a cancellation request.
I hate that.
Yep.
It almost feels like I want to just like ship it before you cancel it.
Yep. I was so mad because I'm like, dude, like, why the heck did you send the offer? Like, he said that he's in Tampa for the game. He's from Canada. He's in Tampa for the game on Monday because Baltimore Ravens are playing Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted this, he wanted them for the game, and then he realized that they weren't going to be there in time. I'm like, yeah, of course they're not. Like,
What do you think?
I mean, I
And
mean,
when people do that, dude, I make them wait. I don't cancel that
oh
stuff
yeah,
right
no,
away.
I was going. Okay, so I was gonna play that game. I know what you mean, but he didn't pay yet. If he paid, I was gonna
Oh,
wait
yeah.
because then I was, because that's an irresponsible
Mm-hmm.
buyer in my eyes. Um, but I was only hurting myself because he did not pay.
Okay.
So that because the longer I don't have the item up there, I'm hurting myself.
Yep.
So there's no point, no reasoning to
No,
not.
there's no reason. I only do it when
Yep.
they pay.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll hold
Yeah.
your
I
money.
do this. Yeah, I do the same thing.
I've had
We're
somebody that
evil.
did that too. 50 times they've like, can you please cancel it? I want the money.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do it. I never even answered him back.
Yeah.
I just let it go and go and go. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe that's petty, but you know
Yeah.
what? Stop doing that.
I mean, it's a binding contract. Like if you have a contract, to buy something or purchase something, you can't get out of that contract. But somehow, like they think it's that easy. Like
Yeah.
I already took the time to look at the offer, consider an offer, accept it, and now and then I have to take more time out of my day. And I know it doesn't take that long. I probably sound stupid, but it's each second adds up in your day. Because I've just been days where I've had 3 people like kind of do stuff like this, and
Mm-hmm.
it's very rare. But I don't want to. I don't want to mess with that. Between that, all the random questions and
Right.
stuff.
That's the point. You gotta open your phone. You gotta go through and then
Yeah,
excited! I had another sale, and then it's like I'm declining. I'm like, what?
yeah,
That makes me so upset.
and it sucks because I guess, and I probably I don't know. I'm probably gonna get some crap for this because really, earlier in the episode I talked about how I had some canceled orders and I had to cancel that I sold but I double sold them. Um, that's not good for me either, and I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Um, but I guess that's a reverse aspect of it
Mm-hmm.
on as a seller side, like of doing that, and I'm like, well, I just wasted buyer's time and held their money but I try to refund as soon as I can as soon as I see it, but on those ones, but I just wasted all that time. That person could have been searching for that item for hours, and
Yep.
so it's not good either way you put it. But
I know. I messed up on a buyer. Was it last week? And it really wasn't a mess up. It was I had they bought Super Mario Advanced for the Game Boy,
mm-hmm.
and I was trying out one of the Game Sharks, and I put it in, and I put it in the wrong Game Boy because it was a Game Boy Advanced Game Shark, and I stuck it in the game. I don't know why I did what I did. Well, anyway, then I put it inside the regular game. I don't know which one did it right, so I put
Oh
it in
no,
the other Game Boy that was supposed to go into. I turned it on, and then there's a switch at top, and I was clicking the switch over because I didn't remember how the Game Shark work on a Game Boy
Yeah.
Advance. I don't remember because I've
Yeah.
never even used them.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I corrupted the save file on the game that I was supposed to send it out. So when I put the game into the Game Boy to go to play it just by itself, it only thing that popped up was corrupted game file. Corrupted game file wouldn't let you go to the game or anything. So I had
What?
to, yep, that's what it did. So I had to contact him like, listen, I was testing out your game inside of a Game Shark, and I corrupted the game file, and I
Wow.
can't send it to you. I said, do you want me to, just give you a refund, or do you want me to, give you exchange? You never answered, so I had to refund
I,
it.
I didn't
But
know that was possible.
it absolutely is.
That's
Yep,
that's like actually hitting the record button on a VHS and hitting play.
that's exactly what happened.
I
I mean,
mean,
the game worked.
wow.
I tested it out. I know it worked 100%. I sat
Yeah.
here and played it when I first got it, and then I was trying it out inside the thing. It corrupted. It wouldn't even let you play the game.
Wow.
Oh,
That's crazy.
oh well.
That that sucks. And how much was the game?
It was only like $20. It was like
Still,
it
still that
really wasn't a ton of money. It was just
yeah, still that's kind of because those are the sales that add up. Like that's to
yeah.
me, $20 to $40 range can be like nice bread and butter. That's your stuff like that adds up. You can make if you sell five to of them a day or something like that, then you're really good. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, he was a repeat customer. This guy's bought like
Mm,
I don't know 20, 30, 40
yeah.
things from,
Well,
and
hopefully that doesn't.
I don't think it's going to do anything because I think he makes money off the stuff he buys from me. So
Okay.
that's why he buys so much. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's good though.
yeah.
Yeah. Talking about failures of trying to make money off somebody else. Now I might get a bunch of crap for this too, but I was trying to now I was trying to make some money. I do buy some signed CDs a lot of times, like if artists are selling signed CDs, and so I seen this on Facebook maybe 2 3 weeks ago. I think a couple weeks ago, and so I got Jelly Roll's new album, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was advertising, oh, it's autographed CD and everything, and I bought they had a limit, so you can only buy two of them. I think they were about like $15 a piece or something like that, or it might have been, yeah, I think it might have been 15. I don't know, but you're usually about 10 to 15. But it wasn't, the cover wasn't going to be signed or anything, but they advertised it was signed, and I get it in, and and I see it like this one's sealed, like I can't even. It doesn't look signed or anything from it for any viewers. It's just a sealed CD in plastic. I mean, I wasn't even sure. I'm like, did they even send me an autograph copy? um, but so I was like, you know what? Let me do a quick search online on Facebook to see how these are, and somebody had posted it's like a little insert, so like this. So I'll show you. So here's like a little insert thing,
Mm.
and it's it's signed as what I thought, but as soon as I started reading through some more comments, that it's auto pen,
It's
and these artists. Now I get it. I mean, I get it to some degree, but they're still falsely selling something. They'll say it's signed. They never mention the word auto pen. And I know I was trying to flip these, and that's why I said I'm gonna probably get some kind of crap for it. But it's still you sell something, you got to sell it as advertised. You can't
yep,
just say leave out the word auto pen. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You can't do that. Um, and there's plenty of artists and even authors and stuff that have done this. I've had a fake I've had auto pen Sarah Palin book that I didn't know about. I've had Mariah Carey is one. I bought, what was it, 8 signed Mariah Carey Christmas CDs a few years ago or so, and half of them. Well, my first order came in all fake auto pen. The second ones came in real, So I had 4 fake, 4 real, and there's no way to get your money back. You can't get your money back. You know what I mean? They don't give you that option. There's nothing. So I'm out of money. Like I'm out of my $30 plus shipping. So it was like probably about $40 or something like that. Out, done. You know, nothing. You know, I can sure I got a CD that I can play, but nobody really even plays CDs anymore. I use my Amazon Prime Music,
Right.
so I'm kind of irritated. You know that guys like just because they're a big name, that they can do this to people, and expect
Mm-hmm.
people to be now. I was going to keep one for myself. You know what I mean? I was going to sell one, keep one. I have no interest
No
now.
interest now.
You
Yeah,
know
I
what I
don't
mean?
blame you.
I can play the CD whenever I want, the whole album whenever I
Yep.
want on Amazon Prime.
That's what I'm saying. I got Spotify. Like I can play any music you
Yeah,
want, but it's like,
but
man,
it sucks because
yeah, it sucks.
like anything else is signed. Like if it's not a real autograph, they say facsimile, right?
Mm-hmm.
They always have to put those words facsimile. Why is
Yep.
it not the same for AutoPen?
Right.
Because it's a machine for people that don't know. Because now I'm talking about this later
Mm-hmm.
in it. Now AutoPen is a machine that literally copies that person's signature to pretty much a T. Like it's pretty good, and it looks really good. It has streaks like just like a regular signature. Most of the time, they're going to use silver or like I don't know. I mean, I guess it can vary, but most of the time, I feel like I see them in silver. But but it's I don't know. It's going to be hard for unless you're viewing this. I'm going to try, but you can see like a lot of times how you can tell there's hard stops in the beginning and in the end. A hard stop when you put the pen down um, is kind of normal a lot of times, even for like a regular signature. So that's not really too bad because I mean, if you're starting when you start, you're gonna have like a dot almost at the beginning sometimes, depending on at least how you write or anything. But for one to be at the end, it should come off smooth. It shouldn't be a dot at the end like it stopped, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how you tell, and that's the issue. It's just ridiculous that
That's terrible. It really is. And, you feel like you've been bamboozled.
yeah. Yeah, so thanks.
100%.
I got I mean, again, like I'm probably gonna get crap because well, you shouldn't have been trying to flip them to make some money or anything like that. But
Yeah, well, even if you
I
weren't trying to
shouldn't have
flip
been
them,
sold.
it didn't matter.
You know,
You were bamboozled regardless.
because even so, yeah. Because either way, it doesn't make it right. Because there's true fans that are out there and they got bamboozled.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, like real fans that
Mm-hmm.
only bought one for themselves and they're excited as anything. Oh, I got this signed CD, and they're going to continue to say it's signed until somebody calls them out on it.
Yep. That's
You
exactly
know,
what. Yep.
and say that's not real. That then they're gonna argue
And
about it.
it's like, no,
You
it's
know?
not. Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, it's like I got this straight from Jelly Roll's website. Why would it be fake? Like they said it was signed. It doesn't mean that it is. Like
Doesn't mean that it is.
you know,
Yep.
it just sucks. It's sad that these guys make just so much money and they can do something like that. And somebody said in the comments too that, oh well, it's going to charity. I'm like, that doesn't make it any better.
That doesn't make it right.
Yeah, you still scammed all these people.
That makes it even worse.
Yeah, like you forced me to give you money to charity.
Yeah. I mean, now you're just tricking to get money for your
Yeah,
charity. It's like,
yeah, like that doesn't. I don't know, and who knows, like how much of that even goes to charity?
right.
That's one of those things too. So
It's one of those
how?
small little
Yeah,
percentages.
so somebody even said on the comments too. I seen they're like, well, he lied about it being signed. I guess he could lie about it going to charity too, right?
Yeah. Right. I mean, you can't
It's a thing.
once you make one lie, dude. What's you
Yeah,
know it
yeah,
doesn't help you just to keep telling the truth. You might as well
yeah.
just say another one.
Yeah, and like I said, he's not the only one. There's so
Mm-hmm.
many artists out there. Ozzy Osbourne did it.
Yep,
You know,
Ozzy. Yeah.
these guys, these artists and all, they get called out, and there's no repercussion. Every once in a while, I think some of them will like apologize a little bit, and then they'll start sending out actual signed batches, but not to the people who already purchased them. They'll
Right.
start sending them
To
signed.
the other people that are getting
Yeah,
them.
so that just still doesn't make it right. So at the end, if I buy something as advertised, I just want it as advertised.
Yeah, just one of those advertised.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
that was my morning. I found them. I got them in this morning, so that was not fun.
No, that's not fun at all.
You know?
Happy Halloween.
Yep. But all right, so we're talking about Halloween. We haven't gotten to the trivia yet, so I guess we can start on the trivia.
All right.
It's an hour. All right, let's see.
And you know how that trivia works, right, guys?
Yep.
You answer the question that I get wrong, and you're putting in for a running for a gift card.
Yep.
McDonald's.
Still no entries, but we're not going to talk about that.
We're not going to talk about that.
All right. Okay, Halloween themed reseller trivia. All right. What's the scariest thing a reseller can find in their eBay messages? A lowball offer. B, a return quest. C, I've changed my mind. Can I cancel the order? D, a ghost emoji.
A return request.
Yes, return request. Definitely scary. Every time I get that notification sound of a message, I'm like, oh, what now?
Yeah, it drops right to my stomach. Like,
yep.
Oh, man.
I don't even want to look. Read it for me.
What did they take half of and want to send it back to me?
Yep. Oh, USPS broke it in the mail or something like that. All right, question number 2. Why do resellers love Halloween thrift store trips? A, for the vintage costumes. B, to stock up on random plastic pumpkins. C, because it's the one time weird, creepy stuff sells fast. D, they get to dress up as a sane people for a day.
Vintage costumes.
Nope. Because it's the one time weird, creepy stuff sells fast.
Really?
That's
for a Halloween trip to the thrift store?
Oh, that's okay. I guess. Because it doesn't have to be costumes. Decor.
Yeah.
Or, the blow molds or, different.
That's true.
All right, number 3. What's the most common costume for a reseller on Halloween? A, the overworked shipping department. B, eBay customer support. C, the haunted hoarder. D, the lost inventory ghost.
D.
Yep. You got it, the lost inventory ghost.
Yeah. Nobody wants to lose their inventory.
No. Yeah. It's bad. It makes for a rough day.
It does. It makes for a terrible day.
Yeah, that's all I can think about. And it's always the cheap items. It's never
it's always the cheap stuff, like
$5 or something like that.
Yeah, it's like it got ruin my whole day from a $5 purchase.
Yeah, and I've had some people get mad. Like, I'm like, dude, like, it's $5. Believe me, like, if I could find it, I would love to find it. But I'm, if you want to leave me a negative feedback for a $5 item that I literally just misplaced, I'm sorry. Like, I've done it. Look for like weeks, for somebody. I'm like, look, I'll send it to you for free if I can find it.
Yeah, if I can find it, I'll just send
mad.
it to you.
They still get mad. I'm like, I'm literally, if I find it, it's yours for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Question number 4. What's the spookiest item a reseller can accidentally buy? A haunted doll. B, a cursed VHS tape. C, a pumpkin-scented candle that never burns out. D, an expired bag of Halloween candy from 1999.
I would think a cursed VHS tape, because if it's cursed, it's just, man, you're going to have a curse on you. Watch it be the candy.
Was that your answer?
The cursed VHS.
Nope. A haunted doll.
Really?
Yep. I mean, there's some creepy dolls at the thrift stores, man.
Yeah, but the VHS has a curse on it.
True. Well, yeah. I mean, good thing I don't have a VHS player.
I can get rid of the doll, but how are you going to get rid of that curse?
True.
Mm.
Are you sure you get rid
This
of
must be Chat GPT.
the How'd you guess?
The nature of the questions.
Hey, it's creative enough, more than I can do. All right. Number 5. What's the first thing a reseller does after picking up a Halloween themed item? A. List it immediately. B. Try it on. C. Wonder why people still buy Halloween stuff in January. D. Make sure it's not possessed.
I'll just go with A.
Nope. Make sure it's not possessed.
What?
I don't know. I don't. Any item could be possessed. Doesn't have to be Halloween themed.
Yeah, don't even have to have Halloween theme.
All right. Number 6. What's the scariest moment for an eBay seller during Halloween season? A. Running out of bubble wrap. B. Receiving a message that starts with, "I'm very disappointed." C. Getting a negative review for something they didn't even sell. D. Finding out the costume they sold has a stain after shipping.
No, man, that's just hard. C. I'll go with C.
Let's see. No, it is receiving a message that starts with, "I'm disappointed."
Wow.
That one was tough because I mean, really all that is,
Any of them could be. I mean, that's
if I run out of bubble wrap, man, like I'm in my mind like, man, now I got to go somewhere else and spend more money
more
than
money.
I bubble wrap. The disappointed sucks. Getting negative for something I didn't sell, then I got to call eBay and spend hours trying to get it removed, which
Yep.
they might not even do.
Will not even do.
And
Yeah,
then
because I've called one time and tried to get something removed when it was a negative. It said, I, "This is a really good product," and
yeah,
it was like, "No, we're not going to remove it." What do you mean? Send a what you call it back to the buyer, and it's like, I'm not even going to
I
go.
know it's crazy. It is crazy. It makes no sense. All right, number 7. What do resellers call the pile of unlisted inventory in the corner of their workspace? A. The death pile. B. The graveyard of good intentions. C. The haunted stock room. D. The skeletons in the closet.
The death pile.
I'm gonna start calling my death pile the skeletons in the
The
closet.
skeletons in the
That's
closet.
literally what it is. Well, maybe it's not really in the closet. Okay. The haunted stock room. There,
Yeah, they call it the haunted stock room.
because I hardly go in there anymore.
Yeah,
It's so
the
haunted.
haunted stock room. That's yeah. I'm about to go down to my haunted stock room. That's a good one.
Graveyard. Actually, you know what? The graveyard of good intentions is a really good one too,
That
because
is good.
I
Yeah,
had every good intention to sell this thing that I have not.
they're all pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Number 8. What's the ultimate horror movie for a thrifter? A. The thrift store with no discounts. B. The night of the living lowball offers. C. The haunted estate sale. D. Return of the unsellable item.
I'm gonna go with D.
Nope.
On
Night
D.
of the living lowball offers.
It's a crazy question.
This
It's
is
just
what
a
makes it fun.
crazy question.
Never know. It's impossible for you to get them right like that. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
the death pile was pretty upfront, and we've been talking about the death pile a lot this episode. So, all right. And number 9. What's the best thing to resell during Halloween season? A. Light up pumpkin earrings. B. Vintage costumes from 2005, which is not vintage yet, by the way.
No.
Not yet. Still got one more year. C. The weird plastic spiders that always ends up everywhere. D. The mysterious decorations from your grandma's attic.
D.
Yep, correct. Good old grandma's attic.
Good old grandma's attic.
All right. 10. What's the most chilling sound a reseller hears during Halloween? A. The cha-ching of a sale. B. Bubble wrap ripping. C, a buyer asking for local pickup when you're miles away. D, crickets from your eBay store during a slow month.
And what was the question?
What's the most chilling sound a reseller hears during Halloween?
Crickets.
Yep, that's correct. So that was number 10. There is one more question. I don't know why.
There's a bonus question.
Yeah, so we're going to make it a bonus question. All right, because there's only one more. All right, bonus. What does a reseller fear more than haunted houses during Halloween? A, not finding a single thing at the thrift store. B, running out of packing tape. C, someone outbidding them on a rare vintage costume. D, accidentally selling their costume instead of wearing it.
B.
Nope. A, not finding a single thing at the thrift store. I don't know. I mean, run out of packing tape. How are you going to pack some up?
You can't. Wow.
But I get, yeah.
That's during the holiday. What if every store's closed or so? Who knows? Dude, this is you have to think deeply on these. I don't know. I think there's more than just one answer. Like,
Yeah, well, I know. It's just a guessing game, but it makes it fun. I don't have college, collegiate level reselling questions.
you could. No.
Well, I'm making fun of you because I feel like that's how it is every time you ask me a question. It's just like, man, I got to get serious. I didn't study last night.
Oh,
I really got to like get on this. I'm gonna fail.
I'm gonna fail this
You're
class.
gonna give me an F.
I like it. I like questions like that, though. You know, I feel like
Yeah.
I don't know.
You never know what you're getting.
I was a quiz guy. I used to, I used to do a lot of quizzes. Like
Mm-hmm.
I read a lot, and I was
Yeah.
really a nerd. I mean, you would not think about
Really?
that. Oh, absolutely. Well read, nerd.
I was the lazy procrastinator that waited till the 5 minutes before the class to do the homework.
Really,
Yeah.
I was super smart though. I really was. I don't know how intelligent I am now, but back in the day, oh yeah, I was running on full. You know,
Yeah.
every gear was just sparked up and flying. It was just
To, to, to be young again, huh?
yeah. Well, I'm not that old. I mean, old enough, whatever. But it's like
Yeah.
I lived my life. I lived. I got started young,
Mm-hmm.
doing lots of things, very young. You know, I was out of high school at 17,
Mm.
and then life just flying.
Yeah. It does. It does fly.
Yeah,
I
had
mean,
my kids young. That
yeah.
kid's young. I was young. You know,
Yeah. I mean,
before I was old enough to drink.
well, look at it now. You got free workers.
Yeah. No, they're all
Oh
gone.
wait, no, they're freeloaders. I meant to say.
I wish I could say that, but they're all gone. Like my
Yeah.
the daughters are gone. My son,
Yeah.
he's 17 and he's about to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got one more year and he's gone. I had nobody. Yeah,
Nobody.
I had nobody. I'm all in the
Nobody.
house all by myself. Got nobody. I don't
Just
know.
your child and your wife.
That's it. My wife and my
Yeah.
death pile.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to start spending more time with your death pile.
Yeah, I start spending. I'm trying to. I've really been trying to spend more time with death pile, and it always seems like, and I'm down there. I'm like, man. I'm like, I keep moving this stuff, and I'm trying to do so much at a time. Try to knock out one bin, and then I take some of the stuff from the death pile that's that maybe not selling on eBay, and I'll put it in
Mm-hmm.
and try to sell it at the flea market. If I can't sell it at
Yeah.
the flea market, I'll pile it up and then sell it another way. So it
Yeah.
all goes, and like donation will be my last option.
Yeah.
But
I know. I hate donating stuff. Um,
mhm.
especially like at least like Goodwill or anything like that. I'd rather put it out on the curb and do a curb alert for people. Like,
Absolutely. Goodwill is terrible.
I
If
don't want to get.
anybody's listening to this, Goodwill is the worst company. They are so unethical, and they trick you as being a buyer from Goodwill. They really do. I worked for
Yep.
Goodwill for many a years. They are unethical. They really are. You think
Yep.
they're non-denominational? Well, yeah, they're non-denominational. Already. Not non-denominational. They're a uh, what do you call? A 501(c) business or whatever. They take 10% of what they get and they send it over to the headquarters of Goodwill, and they're a for-profit business. I don't care what anybody says. And then they take money. They get grants from the United States government and put it into a business because they said, "Yeah, we're going to train people to do jobs." All you did was open a business with this $1 million grant they gave you that
Yeah.
lasted 3 years, and buying employees, and you're just spending on employees, and you're calling
Yeah.
it training.
Yeah. I
You're
mean,
a
the
liar.
amount of stuff they get for free, and then I
Mm.
mean, I get it. I mean, in some ways that you want to get as much money as possible because we do that. We buy stuff, but that's the thing. That's the difference. We buy the stuff we want to get as much as possible. They get it for nothing. You
But they're
know.
not helping any. They get it for nothing. So I understand, right?
Yeah.
Let's get it for nothing. Let's send it in, and let's get the most money out of it. We'll send it, for
Hmm.
Goodwill online. All right, we get your money. What are you doing with the money? They do nothing with the money.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. What
I
did
know.
it? What community? Because we live in basically the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
What have they helped out in the community? Can you answer anything?
Exactly. No, I know. I know.
Nothing. They do nothing.
It all goes to higher ups.
They call it. They said, well, we do it. We do it for training purposes. We help people give jobs. No, 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 no. You help people give jobs. The money you get from opening a store, you then pay people,
Yeah.
employees. You
Yeah.
don't get
And
people
there,
jobs
I,
because there'd be an open amount of jobs for anybody to go get. You're liars.
talk, talking about Goodwill. I mean Goodwill. We hear about like Tops posted this Tops cards. They posted it. I seen it the other day, so I just taking a screenshot. So it's funny that I know we're talking about Goodwill. I wanted to talk about it. Um, Somebody got a good shot back at Goodwill. Like just slipped on through the cracks. This really good card. So apparently, um, there was this. Whoop, I lost it. Crap! Where to go? Where to go? There it is. Um, so it was like this collection or whatever, just a box of baseball cards that were at the Goodwill, and doesn't say how much he paid for it, but I'm sure it was less than what one of the cards he found in there was. I'm gonna get to it, but it was a $10,000 card, autograph rookie card.
Wow.
Can
Who?
you guess? Just guess.
How new is it?
Um, 2009.
2009. Who's 2009? Mookie Betts.
No,
Um, who else?
maybe. Okay, it might not have been a rookie. Actually, I think yeah, it is. It's a rookie. It's a Bowman.
It's a Bowman rookie.
Yep,
Uh, um,
Bowman
oh no,
Chrome.
is it? Did he play in 2009? No, that would be 2000. Oh well, Bowman. Bowman. Okay, Bowman would do draft pick cards too. So they
Yeah.
go before. So I would say, does he play on the Angels?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here you know.
Mike Trout.
Yep.
Yep.
Mike Trout. So
Yeah.
the
That was he had a 2009 Bowman card. Okay, his actual rookie year was 2011.
it's a $10,000 card. So I'm gonna show it on here for you to
Scoot
see.
it over a little bit. Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
Ten,
That card when that came out was only like $200.
really.
$200 card. Yeah.
But yeah, Tops put that out. It slipped through the cracks at Goodwill. This guy found. So this stuff is out there. You just gotta find it. Now that stuff usually would make it on to their online auctions and stuff, and it's not gonna slip through. They have like a whole list in the back. I seen a post about it. Like they have like this big board now or something like that with all this list of stuff and pictures of stuff that of brands and products they need to keep an eye out for that goes online. So that's why you don't find as much good stuff at
No,
Goodwill.
you're really not.
You have to be almost when I go to thrift stores, I have to find the stuff that they missed. And that's how it is. Like, and
Hmm.
that's okay because I'm kind of doing that even at the flea market a little bit. A lot of dealers there. I'm hoping to find some of the stuff that they missed that they didn't think was worth anything. And so, I mean, there's so much stuff that out there. You're not going to be able to know the value of every single thing. Um,
Yeah,
but
you're not.
yeah, you just always have to keep learning.
Ray, I tell you, when I used to manage Goodwills, so I started out. I came in as a manager, and then I managed Security Boulevard store, huge store. Used to get tons of stuff, and I managed Owens Mills,
Hmm.
and I've had people, no lie, I had people drop off 3,000 laser discs at one time. I'm talking about whole laser disc collections.
Wow.
I've had Star Wars. I had somebody drop off over 1,000 Star Wars posters. I mean, ones that are like you've
Yeah.
never seen before in your entire life. Some that are 20 feet long by 10 foot high. I mean, I had boxes of like Nintendo Game and Watch stuff
Yeah.
from the early '80s in boxes. I've
Yeah.
had a Donkey Kong, Super Nintendo, competition carts. I've had just people just they would 550 some PlayStation 2 games they dropped off one time. I mean, there was just so much stuff they used to drop off. And just, I mean, stuff you wouldn't even think about. So
Yeah.
many autograph books, just things that are crazy. And I mean, I got around, I bought some stuff. I bought a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I did buy that whole PlayStation collection.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got over 500 and some games in one at one time.
Jeez. Bet you that was fun to go through.
It was fun to go through. Really, really fun to go through. And I
Yeah.
bought
That's why I
what
like. I like buying collections of stuff.
that same day I bought it was like 250 guides, video game uh
Hmm.
player guides.
Yeah.
I got those in with the 500 and some PlayStation 2 games.
Wow.
But then I would get all types of PlayStation, GameCube, get Star
Yeah.
Wars toys. There'd be gold. I used to sell gold jewelry. I mean, so much
Yeah.
platinum jewelry, gold jewelry, diamonds, real stuff used to come in there. I mean, so much expensive stuff used to go through it, and I would sell it.
Yeah.
We'd make a lot of money. We make a lot of money.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, so if you expand your niche, you know what I mean. Which Goodwill has to, or places like that. Even us, like we're trying to expand our niche. There's stuff we miss. There's stuff that Goodwill misses. You can't know every single detail. You can't know the value right out off the top of your head. I mean, you have to be like the smartest person in the world with the best memory ever to be able to even,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean. It would take more time that's even in a day, to do the amount of research you would need to do continually.
Oh,
Um,
because there's so much stuff.
yeah, it's always
You,
changing.
yeah, it is. I mean, but there's another person I met at there too, coming in. It was a Friday night, and I remember I went by the back door, about to close everything up. Because this is when I smoked a cigarette all, and here comes this Cadillac or GM or whatever pulls up, and guy gets out of the truck, big guy,
Hmm.
big black guy, and he starts walking. I'm like, this guy looks so familiar. It was Jonathan Ogden.
I
Dude
thought
dropped
that's what you're gonna say.
it. What did I tell you this story before?
No.
And he dropped off a uh one of his jerseys,
Uh
and he
huh.
dropped off a book, his book.
Wow.
I was like, Jonathan, like no, what not what the one guy who was in that
Yeah.
movie.
Oh no, you're talking about Michael Orr.
Michael Orr. It was
Okay.
Michael Orr.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Michael Orr. Big guy.
Huh.
He came in. Yeah, he dropped this thing off and with a book.
Wow.
I met Jonathan Ogden at the Rural Farm Store down in Fells Point.
Okay.
Now that's a big guy, dude. That
Yeah.
guy is humongous.
Yeah. I
But
met
yeah.
him. He was doing a bunch of dash ins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was doing and I uh did some chasing around because I think probably about 4 or 5 of the dash ins in the Baltimore area, and I went to 2 or 3 of them maybe and followed him around. But I used to make, so I used to mess around with Photoshop a lot, and I used to make like really cool, like custom, like different like photo edits and all. I had one that he really like. He's seen it. He like, I like that. He's like, he needed one like that bad, like to the point where I had to figure out. He wanted me to get him one, and I figured out how to. They, I think it was the following weekend or the next day or something, or that weekend coming up or something. But I know he always goes to the Ravens games anyway when he wasn't playing anymore. So I told him, I was like, hey, I know you're going to be at the game. You know, is there a place I can come find you and I'll give you a copy of the photo? And so he was going to be on a Ravens walk down at the stadium. So I went down there and traded a photo for an extra autograph. He signed another,
Oh,
another,
that's cool. That's cool.
another. Yep. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was cool. But I only had two of these, no, three of these photos printed. One went to Ogden. One was 11x14, and I sold that one out when it was signed, and I kept one of the 8x10s, and I got it, and it's hung up. But it's really cool. It's like a Hall of Fame picture and all, like the way it's cut out and everything.
Mm.
It's
Well,
neat.
that's cool. Yeah, that's real cool.
Yeah, that's my cool Ogden story.
Yeah, I forgot it. Yeah, I forgot it was. Michael Orr. That's right,
Yeah.
Michael Orr. I guess that was his mother because white lady that was driving in the front seat. It was like it kind of
Yeah.
looked like the lady from the movie too, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Really?
yeah, that was cool.
All right. I'm just plugging my phone in for a sec.
That's all right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm like
There we go.
at Goodwill. That's
Yep.
cool. I met Grisham at a High store in Canton.
Okay.
John Grisham.
Okay.
Yeah, he was cool. I never got anybody's autograph. I never asked anybody
Really?
for their autograph. Yeah.
Dude, well, you know me. I've gotten too many.
That's cool.
So many.
I've met a lot. I've met a lot of people. I've met
Yeah.
like Calrick and wife and I. We played wiffle ball
Oh, really?
when I was a kid. Yeah.
Wow.
Guess she had people that she knew that lived in Fells Point, and we played wiffle ball outside.
Wow.
Yeah, just for like 3 or 4 minutes, but
yeah.
yeah,
Still, that's cool though.
yeah, that was cool.
I mean, like I said, you know me. I met so many people like Justin Tucker, Joe Flacco, Ray Lewis. I mean, pretty much a bunch of the current. I mean, not current, but former Ravens mostly. Um, and I met Lamar, and that's one of the current Ravens I met. Um, I don't know. I mean, the list, my whole basement's filled with stuff. So
Yeah,
I mean, this is how it is. I mean, I've had some cool interactions, some bad interactions.
I like stuff like that too. How your basement is. Like I
yeah.
used to be a really big sports guy. I mean,
Hmm.
not anymore. I mean, you know, I,
Yeah.
I still know sports, but
Yeah.
I just don't. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot. I don't even watch it nearly as much as I used to. The Orioles games, I haven't really been able to watch
No.
because they're not on YouTube TV, and I don't feel like paying extra money to see the games. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it just is what it is. And then I don't ever since. Well, I would say even ever since I got my own house, like living here, I don't know why it just didn't make sense, but we weren't going to. I used to have season tickets to a lot of minor league teams and used to chase them around. I mean, it's just time consuming too, so that's another reason why. But I used to go chasing around like for the bobbleheads or autographs, different celebrity appearances sometimes. So like a lot of minor league teams actually had celebrity appearances at their games, so it wasn't even a player. Like sometimes you get some actors or wrestlers or hockey players, football players, they would show up, and do autograph signings at certain games to get people in the door. Like I met Shooter McGavin, guy who played Shooter
Yeah.
McGavin,
Super together. Yeah.
Pat Sajak, and it's cool. So
I tell you, I've met some people. I used to work for a church on was it 29th and Charles Street.
mm-hmm.
Kind of like I guess that's downtown or whatever part that is. And I used to work for them. I used to do like maintenance and stuff.
Okay,
This is some years back, and those people so rich, man. They knew a bunch of like George Clooney, and so I've met some people that went into they'll come and like visit because they used to have fancy dinners and stuff
yeah,
there. So I've met some People
That's
I don't even remember the names of. But
that's cool though. That's pretty neat.
yeah, that was not bad, dude.
Yeah.
They used to. I mean, not to get off the subject of that, but they used to pay me like I would work even so. I had my own business. I worked for them. Then I had my own business because they had a school upstairs, and I would clean the school, and they would pay me. I don't know what did they pay like $500 a week just to do the school, and that was only like wipe stuff down and vacuum, dude. It was like the school was only like maybe 4 or 5 classrooms, and then
Oh,
like
okay.
hallway and all that stuff.
Not
And
bad.
then they would pay me also at night to come and they would do once or twice a week. They do like NA meetings inside there, and then they would do like special things, and then they would do the voting and all that.
Okay.
And they just to me to watch the door and let people in and out. They pay me $100 a night. So, dude,
Wow.
I was making a mint off of this church,
Oh,
dude. It was
yeah.
paying me so much
Wow.
money, and we're talking. I don't know. This is I was still a teenager, maybe. I don't know. I was early, but anyway, it was like, dude, they were just paying me a mint. I was making a ton of money working for this church. Like,
Jeez.
yeah, it was a big waste of money if you ask me. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Sometimes it's
Yeah.
that's crazy. Hey, I didn't even tell you my. Well, I sent you a picture of it, my big pickup over the weekend.
Really?
I did. I sent it over the weekend, But here,
Let me.
I'll get started from here. I'm gonna say Saturday because I was gonna come see you at the flea market, but then I had to go to that wedding, and there was a community yard sale out near my wife's work because the idea was she was gonna leave from her work. Worst community yard sale I've ever gone to. I spent
Really?
dollars at four houses. There was supposed to be 30 houses, and what it was on the Yard Sale Treasure Map app. You click the yard sale, and then there's a link on there to bring it up to another page, like their page or something, and then it had all like the the little markings on the map showing where the houses were, but you couldn't click them or anything like that. So it's just a kind of a useless map, and then all the addresses were in alphabetical order. So then it wasn't sorted from like what's closest to each
Yeah.
road.
So what's farther away,
Oh
right?
my gosh, it was a mess. I'm like driving around. I drove around for like 2 hours. Like
Oh man.
I only hit like four houses. I got tired of because then I went back I drove like another like 20 minutes all the way to another one, and I mean it was just really bad. Like I said, I spent like $6. I bought like a couple like souvenir baseball helmets and like a little display case thing. So, but it was a waste. And then I went to Second Avenue out there, the Second Avenue thrift store, because I needed a belt for the wedding also, and they didn't have crap for belts in there, and they were $10 for a used belt, and I think that was ridiculous. And but
$10
I
for
could,
a used
yeah,
belt?
yeah, every single belt was $10
Which
there.
one did you go to out in
Columbia,
Columbia?
and so then I
What?
was trying to find some other stuff. It was just I couldn't find anything to flip for with it. I only didn't have much time, and then I still needed a belt, so I went next door to Ross. They had brand new belts over there for $12.99. Why am
Yeah,
I gonna buy a used one for
they
10?
use them for $10. That's
You know,
ridiculous.
yeah, it is absolutely ridiculous. So, but like I said, that was the worst community art sale I've ever gone to. Every house was like so far away. I had to drive 5 to 10 minutes to every house instead of walking there.
That's crazy.
So yeah, but
That's
uh,
bad.
it was so bad. Then I was like, you know what? I need to recover from this. I went to the flea market on Sunday. I'm walking around, and did you see the photo that I sent you or
Yeah,
no?
you showed me. You showed me. Yeah, you sent me 2 photos over. The one with video games and one with
Okay, okay,
WW.
yep. So it was yeah, WWE wrestling chair. I only paid $20 for that.
What's that go for?
There's one listed for 150.
People loving wrestling chairs.
Yep. So I couldn't believe it, and even the guy's like, even the guy was selling it to me. He's like, I don't even know why he brought it. He's selling it so cheap. He's like, I don't know why. I'm like, I'll take it though.
I'll take it though. I mean,
And it's one of those things you buy too, and there's somebody else comes up next to you, like right after, like, man, they're asking a guy like,
yeah.
how much did you just sell that
How
for?
would you sell it for?
And he didn't hear him. I was like, fine, I'll just tell him like,
Yep.
pay $20. Oh wow, okay,
Ooh, and that makes them feel. You
yep.
just ruined their whole day when you said
Yeah, right.
that.
Man, I was just 5 seconds too late.
Yeah, I was thinking about stopping here just a second ago, but then
Yeah.
I had to.
So, but then I had to kind of. I mean, I know I'll still make money on it, but I did buy those video games, and I shouldn't have.
How much you pay for the games?
80.
Paid 80. Oh, yeah. What?
Yeah. He
You,
wanted. He wanted. What did he want? I think $3 a piece for each game, and there was. What did I say? I think so. It should have been 126. Plus, there was a PlayStation 2 controller in there.
yeah, there's a PS2 controller. I say 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think it's 42 games. I think. Silence. I gotta keep talking. Like you're counting.
46 games.
46 games. Okay, so that's not. So it would have been $138, not including the controller. I would say that he probably wanted probably $5 for that or something. So 143. I got him down to 80.
Hey,
That's
I'd take them. Maybe try selling for $4 a piece.
yeah. I think
I
I'm gonna
mean,
take him to the toy show.
yeah, take them to the toy show. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been honestly, dude. I've been stocking up on games, so I'm taking every single game I've been buying lately to the toy show.
Well, people will love like that's a what you call a bin item. It's like a
Yeah.
bargain bin item. You can do $4 a piece, whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
take a couple out.
Yeah.
You know,
And it adds up. That could pay for my spot.
yeah.
Even at the end of the day, but oh, and then there's one more thing I bought. Some guy had a collection of Pogs, and it wasn't really totally intriguing at first. Everything was pretty well organized. It seemed like. I mean, they were like literally in cases and stuff like that. Like it was pretty well taken care of a little bit, but I mean, there was a couple that had some creases and stuff, probably from them playing with it.
Sure.
It also had one of those Pog makers. I don't know if you've seen where you can actually you cut it out and you make your own Pog.
Make your own pogs. Yeah.
But he wanted $50. It was like a tote, like he wanted $50 for the whole like little tote or whatever, completely filled. I mean, it was ridiculous how much was in there, and I couldn't do 50. So then like I offered him 40, and that was before me even looking up the Pog maker thing, and he wouldn't do it. He said he would do. He said he couldn't do it, and then I'm walking away. And he's like 45. I'm like, nah, because like some of the ones in the one container were creased, and I'm like, I haven't even looked at the other ones. Plus, with that Pog maker, it looked like some of them were homemade.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm not gonna, I don't know the ratio of how many homemade ones there are. Most I'm gonna pay is 40, and so I'm walking around, and I get home. Well, I leave there and get home, and I look up the Pog maker. And I'm like, that's $40 alone. And there's one sealed, like the things for the Pog maker, and that's sealed in the packaging and all. There's one like little like the accessories for it or whatever to make the Pogs.
Yeah.
That was sealed. So I'm like, I can definitely get $40 for that alone. And I'm talking to my wife, and she hadn't been out the house all day or anything, and I'm like, hey, they had this down there. I know you like going through this type of stuff. why don't we go down there? You know what? Let's go try to get it and see if he'll take 40. And sure enough, I walked up and he took 40. So I went back again. But there's some Pogs now. I looked them up when I got home. Some of them in there are like $15 to $20 range.
Yeah.
It's not going to take much for me to make
No.
money on that.
Pogs are funny, but I tell you, I've been selling. When I get Pogs, I'll put them in like a lot, and I'll sell them. They'll sell quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And Pogs just came out with a Pog just came out with a new product.
Really?
They're selling packs, like
Oh.
baseball cards.
Okay.
And they'll have Pogs inside them, so you can rip them and
Oh, that's cool.
special numbered stuff.
come back around, then it might be a
Yeah.
good thing to have. And I don't know if I want to take them to a toy show or if I want to go through them more probably before I would ever even do anything or sell them. But I mean, I always look for things that I can buy and like one piece of it, I make my money back. You know, and then I'm in the clear for everything else. Like, what was it, 2 or 3 weeks? Well, whenever I went away for that weekend trip to PA, the last stop at the flea market, somebody had a Loungefly bag, and it was like a Disney dogs one. It had all these Disney dogs on it, like 3 Disney dogs or something. And Loungefly is expensive, but
Yeah, Loungefly is expensive.
I asked the girl how much because I'm like, oh, my wife would like that even, like, is there how much? And she's like, oh, $20. I'm like, yeah, that's not bad. I was actually considering just like that. And she's like, there's toys inside too. It's like a whole big bag. Like, I mean, well, that thing was like halfway filled with toys. So, like this little backpack was, I filled like a plastic bag where pretty much with all of them. But there's some of them in there alone that are worth like $10 to $20.
Wow.
So I'm like, and they're all like the mini little figures,
Yeah.
like the little mini figs. But
That's cool.
they're Disney pretty much. Most of them are Disney.
That pays
So,
for
yeah.
it pays for everything.
Exactly. But of course I gave the Loungefly to my wife. So
Yeah. Yeah. The Loungefly is expensive.
oh
You
yeah.
know what I bought on anything of little toys I bought from that I have over my storage is it was like a few summers back going to the yard sales around here.
Mm-hmm.
I bought 8 storage tubs
Yeah.
of McDonald's toys, brand
Oh,
new. Yeah, I don't know exactly what.
yeah.
Well, some of them are brand new, but a lot of them have like sets of like the Animaniacs or
Mm-hmm.
sets of just different things. And I'm thinking about going through them. I don't know, maybe if I get to them, taking them to the toy
So,
show. I don't know how they're going to do, but
yeah, you never know. I mean, you just get one person that's interested. That's all it takes.
yeah,
I mean, that's with anything. Now, I mean, I would much rather sell most of my stuff that I ever had like online because you're reaching a broader,
audience, yeah,
audience. But um, I don't know. I still need to get stuff moving quicker. So that's why I need to try at least making a good attempt at this toy show.
yeah,
So I'm excited.
yeah. That's what I'm going to do to make it, make a good attempt. You know,
Yep.
I don't,
I mean, if it
I don't know
goes
if I can make as much
good,
money as I did last year. I mean, I could.
yeah.
Who knows?
Well, you had that good buy. Well, not last year, earlier this year. You did it, but because that was the first show of the year they had.
Yeah.
But you had that really good buy, but right before then too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the Fallout stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got good things to take. I mean, I just need to. I mean, I do got good things to take. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Could do a good job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see where they put us at.
Yeah. We'll see. Hopefully.
It don't matter. They're just gonna walk through anyway. But
Yeah. No, I know. But still, I mean,
yeah,
it's going to be a bunch of factors. 'Cause I want to figure out like how are you pricing your things opposed to how you would price on eBay? You know.
I price it less.
Yeah, but how much less?
Maybe 20%. I don't. It don't. What the
Well,
thing?
that's what I mean, and I want to be on the same page because if I'm high and then you're low, then I'm hurting you. You know what I mean? So if we want to try to get on the same page, on that aspect just a little bit. I mean,
I price.
you just think about it. Like you don't have to.
Well, you're gonna have like and I guess it matters. Like you're gonna have bargain, like video
Yeah,
games. I guess you're gonna maybe do like I don't know if you plan on. Are you gonna price each individual, or are you gonna put them all like?
I have no idea yet. I got a couple.
I've got a load that I'm gonna price individual. I mean, they're
Yeah,
probably gonna maybe a little bit higher. I
yeah,
think I'm gonna take a couple high end video games with me too, maybe
yeah,
to see how it works.
yeah.
But you know,
I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, some of the stuff I have. I mean, we'll see. It just
yeah,
depends. I might bring a Britney Spears with me.
yeah. Bring a Britney Spears with you.
Even though it's not toys, but it'll get people over. Like, oh man,
Yeah. Well, you never know. Somebody might buy it.
yeah, yeah. That's all it takes. I want to get people over to our
That's right.
spot, and that's
Yeah.
what.
But
All right.
I know we're coming to it. I know we're coming to the end.
This
That time is
our
hitting
longest episode.
longest episode yet, but our time is hitting. So
Hopefully, it's our
guys, I do thank you.
Yep.
I don't know if you made it to the end, but I do
Yep.
thank you. This is our longest episode, and
Yep.
you
Thanks for
know,
hanging out with us.
that's right. Just watch some spooky movies this year, and
Yep.
see what you can find. Some horror.
Well, more importantly, work on your death pile while you're watching the spooky movie.
That's right. Work on your death pile while you're watching the spooky movies.
Yeah.
And you kill two birds with one stone. Oh.
Yep.
That's so stupid. But all right. Thank you guys for joining in another
Yep.
episode.
Thank you
And
guys.
see you next week. Bye.
Bye.